Hello, everyone. This is Abrams here, also known as Curtstride. I want to share something with you guys today. Well, it seems like it's tonight now because it is kind of late at night, but I hope this might be important to you in terms of like sharing something, hopefully for the masses, of how content what we could be at in terms of business. Okay, how happy are you in your business? How content are you at this point? You start or you midway there or you even achieve success. But what is truly happiness towards you? I mean, is it something that is upon you that you have to do, or is it something that's required, or is it something that'll make you feel pretty good? Because you're going to have those good days, and you're going to have those gloomy days as well. Well, most people think of happiness is like a selfish issue if you really think about it. I mean, you can say things such as, I want to be happy and I want to be happy for me, right? Well, I like to suggest that happiness is probably, in fact, far, far more than a selfish desire of us. Matter of fact, I think it's a moral commitment. And I'm going to explain that to you, okay? I know that most people have never thought of happiness this way, and neither did I. To matter of fact, tell you the truth, most for much of my life, I thought happiness and the pursuit of happiness was all about yourself. But it isn't. It's just not. And whether or not you're most happy, or most importantly, whether or not you act happy, it's about that one word called altruism, not selfishness, because it is about how we affect each other's lives, if you really think about the whole element of it all. And that's what makes it I think, a moral issue. Now, if you ask anybody who was raised by an unhappy parent whether or not happiness is a moral issue, then I assure you that the answer would probably be yes if you talk to a particular mom and dad. Now, it's no fun being raised, of course, by unhappy parents, or being married to an unhappy person, or being a parent of an unhappy child, or working with a unhappy coworker. Now, the happiness that we have affects others, I want to say profoundly, and that's why happiness is a moral commitment, in my opinion. Now, we're morally obligated to act as happy as possible, even if we don't feel happy. People can be guided by feelings, but it is how we act that affects others, particularly not how we feel. Okay? A good analogy is to, like, say bad moods is like bad breath. Why do we brush our teeth multiple times each day, right? It's not because of hygiene, it's because we want to present good breath to everybody that we come in contact with, right? And I don't think anybody likes bad breath, right? Well, I think the same thing holds true to our moods, and a bad mood should be regarded exactly as we regard bad breath. Why are you inflicting it on me, or why am I inflicting it on you? It's just not right. That's why one should endeavor as much as possible to act as happy as possible and as often as possible. And not just anyone can do this. No matter how unhappy you may feel at any given moment, you can and you must have to make a decision on how to act. Now, we may not be feel to control or be free, free to control whether we feel sad or happy, but we are free to control whether or not we present a happy of a countenance to others. Now, this doesn't mean at all that we share how we feel towards our best friends as well, including hopefully maybe a wife or a husband, right? Of course we can, and without overdoing it, we should. I'm really sad, or I had a problem at this work today. I got this problem with my marriage. I have this problem with my kids. I have these problems with my parents, so forth and so forth and so forth, right? But you don't inflict a bad mood on anybody. That's a different thing altogether. Now, we all have the capacity to control how we express ourselves, no matter how we feel, okay? I can prove it. I mean, imagine someone who can act miserably to his or her wife or husband when someone comes to the door. Have you ever noticed how nicely a person would treat that stranger? How were they able, in just a split second, to go from inflicting an awful mood on their spouse to behaving beautifully towards the stranger who's at that door? Obviously, we can control our moods. Well, let's say that you're chronically in a bad mood and I offer you, let's say, $10,000 a week not to be in a bad mood, right? Let's just make this offer. So do you think this will affect your ability to be in a good mood? Well, I expect so. For $10,000, I don't think anybody be in a good mood. Now, to be honest, we even have the power to affect how we feel. And not only how we act, that's just the way it is, okay? Being happier to me is good for us, and it is what we owe everybody who's in our lives. Becoming happier is another great benefit of acting happy. Now, the happier we act, the happier we feel. And we think our actions, I think, are determined by our feelings. But we have the power to achieve the opposite, to shape our feelings by our actions. How we act influences our feelings more than our feelings should be allowed to influence our behavior. So, yeah, I think pretty much we do have a moral obligation to be, at least, to act happy. And the happy we make the world better, and the unhappy we can make it worse, depending on you pretty much. So I just wanted to share that with you real quick about the moral standards in terms of becoming content and happy where you are. And I hope you're happy towards where you at in any level of business that you are, which is online or offline, okay? I'm going to come out with more videos on personal development as well as probably internet strategies and stuff like that as well. This is Curtis Abrams, was also known as Curtstride, signing off. Hopefully that the only business that you can go around and make happy in your life is your business.